Hey guys, what's up? So welcome to week 4 of Discovering Primal Origins, and this week is the week of fire. Now there were, I want to say 3 decks that were getting support, or at least that there were 3 that I was taking into consideration, those being Evols, Hazy Flame, and Boxers. This week I am playing Boxers because really it's the deck that I have seen the most. I didn't really know how to play any of the 3 decks, and I didn't really understand how the support helped each deck. But I have seen Boxers played the most, and I do have some friends who have played Boxers, so they helped me out a little bit along the way. Now, I know, or at least I'm pretty sure I said it in the actual dueling video because I recorded that first. I've learned what I've learned in yesterday, in the course of one day. So I'm sure there will be misplays, just bear with it though. Hopefully it's not as bad as I think it will be, or I think that it was, because again, I have already done day 1, and it wasn't exactly stellar, but yeah, so the 3 cards in this, I believe that there are 3 that I'm using. The 3 cards in this deck, or the one that in this build that I'm running that are coming out, are Battling Boxer Bailout, Jolt Counter, and Nova Caesar. Bailout is really solid. It basically, well, it bails you out. It's a level 4, 0 attack, 800 defense. When you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, you gain life points equal to the damage that you took. So it's really just a free level 4 once you take battle damage. Play it smart, and you can just keep it on the field, and hopefully you have another level 4 to take advantage of that and go into plays next turn. Jolt Counter is basically a solemn judgment that only works in the battle phase, because as long as you have a Battling Boxer monster on the field, whenever your opponent activates a spell card, trap card, or monster effect, you can negate it and destroy it, but again, it has to be during the battle phase, so it is a little situational, I guess. It does have to be during the battle phase, so there's that, but it is actually a pretty solid card. And then the last card is Nova Caesar. Nova Caesar is really good. Whenever it's on the field once per turn, you can add a Boxer from your hand or graveyard to this card as XYZ material. It gains 100 for each XYZ material attached to it. And whenever it's destroyed by your opponent's card, whether it's by battle or by card effect, you can special summon any level 4 or lower Battling Boxer monsters in your graveyard up to the number of XYZ materials that this card had on it at the time it got destroyed, and then you get to special summon all of those. So I usually have this around 2 or 3 materials, so if it gets destroyed, whether it's by battle or by a card effect like Mirror Force or something, I get 2 or 3 Battling Boxers back onto the field. And it is actually really nice. I really do like this card, and it's a good addition to the deck. Now, I know that there are other cards there are cards coming out. I know one is called Shadow Puncher. Basically, you detach a material to special summon it from your hand, and I don't know how I feel about it, because again, I don't play this deck. I don't really understand what it tries to do, or I guess I kind of understand what it tries to do, but I don't really know the deck well enough to have an opinion on it or the new support that came out. So yeah, there's that. And also, I think I mentioned it in the dueling video, because again, I recorded that before I recorded this. But the deck that I'm using is a friend's build, card for card. He sent me the file, and yeah, so I don't know how the deck profile is going to be this week, because again, it's not my build. It's not really a deck that I know, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So yeah, that's all I really have to say on the deck itself. I'm going to throw you guys to the duels now, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and hopefully you guys enjoy this week. Hey guys, so here we are on the duels. One thing that I do want to say right off the bat, one thing that I want to say right off the bat is, what am I going to say? Oh, I'm doing these duels first before I do the actual intro part of this video. So if I repeat myself, so if I repeat some things, or if I'm just, maybe there's some things I just forget altogether. But yeah, so the thing that I want to start off by saying, well, actually there are 2 things. I said switch it, yeah. The thing I want to start off by saying is that I have literally been playing this deck for a day. This is a friend's build, and I literally asked him, I just said, can you send me the file? He said no problem. And I've had it for maybe a week or so, but during that week I was playing Gustos, and yesterday was the first day I actually sat down and decided to actually play with this deck. So there are probably going to be a decent amount of mistakes, and you're probably going to hear me just talking to myself what should I do now? So yeah, that's just a heads up. And the second thing is, There won't be a Gusto deck profile for a while, and the reason that is because I had it set up, I had it uploaded, I had it processing, but it just stopped, and I don't really know why. And sometime like during that, like when it stopped, like for okay, what I'm trying to say is like I started uploading it around 3:30ish or 3 o'clock-ish, and then by like 3:30 it should have been done, but it stopped while I was processing, and it was just like 2% away, like 5% away, and it just didn't want to finish processing. So I just hit publish, and I was like, okay, when it's done processing, I will, it'll upload by itself or be on YouTube by itself or whatever, because I did everything I should have done. So then when was this? It was maybe like 5 o'clock. I checked everything because I like to just clean up my computer every once in a while. And I was like, oh, well, I'm sure it's uploaded by now or whatever. So I deleted the deck profile that I had just recorded. And I deleted like all the Gusto stuff from the past week just to, clear up space, And yeah, it never uploaded. Like, it was midnight, not midnight, but like 11 o'clock last night. I checked, it was still like stuck processing or whatever in the same position. So I was like, oh, well, this isn't going to work. So I turned it off, and I was like, I'll upload it tomorrow, because I forgot that I actually deleted it. So today, I woke up not that long ago. I went to upload that. Sorry. I went to upload that, and I was like, oh, right, I deleted it. Now, it wasn't the hardest thing to do, but I'd rather not go through with that again, because it's not even like the file itself is gone. It's like the video I used, like the video and audio that I used for it are gone as well. So it's not, I don't want to record all that again. And yeah, so I will still give a deck profile, but it's just going to be a skim through the card. Now, well, first off, I think this guy's going to just time out and give me a go ahead. That would be nice. But there will still be a deck profile, and it is just going to be a skim through, like I think I already said. But that alone doesn't warrant its own video, because no one just wants to show up, see a deck profile of someone like running through the cards. That'll be like 20 seconds, and no one wants to see that. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm actually going to make a showcase of the deck, I guess. And really? Oh wow, that was probably really loud. But I thought if you timed out, it was just the end of your turn. Did they change that? Huh. Well, this isn't the best way to start it off, but I did kind of say a few somewhat important things I'm not going to remember. But just to finish the thought on the Gustos, I am going to throw together a showcase and have that out for you guys sometime this week or next week, and the deck profile will be in there, and it's going to be the same deck. I'm not going to make any changes to it. There have been some things that I've considered and some things that friends have told me. Like, one thing that I mentioned in the deck profiles, I kind of want to try out Thunderbolt. That is basically a good, quote-unquote meta call. Like, Bujins are going to be a thing this format, and if you want to build a deck in real life, you're going to have to take into consideration that Bujins will be around. And what Thunderbolt does is, after the battle phase, if it was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to special summon a Gusto non-tuner. So it gets around the whole Susanoo thing. Like, if Susanoo's on the field, it's going to destroy your recruiter loop. You summon Thunderbolt off of either Eagle or whatever, he gets destroyed, you end your loop right there, and then during the you will take damage from other monsters, assuming they have other monsters on the field, but Thunderbolt effect will activate, you'll get Piatica on the field safely, and then you'll get a Goldo on the field safely, and then it just depends on what they have, to follow up with that. They have anything to answer that. And then a friend of them also suggested Supply Unit, which in theory is a good card, but you don't really want to, draw into your Tunus and just kind of break the loop that way. It's definitely a good idea. Draw power is always nice, but it's something that I'm not 100% sure if I would try. But again, neither of those were in the original deck, so they won't be in the deck that I'm going to do the showcase on. And this isn't a discussion about Gustos, it's a video on battling boxers, so I'll get into the next one. That's actually pretty fast. Hopefully you guys can appreciate the background, by the way. I literally found this yesterday, and I'm almost done with Bioshock 1. I'm maybe like one sit down away from actually being done with this game, and it has been so good. If you guys haven't played Bioshock, I highly suggest you go try it out, and this is already going to be a rough one. Okay, so this says I can't special summon, so you are really worthless right now, right? Yeah, you are. See, I don't think I have anything to do against this. Like, I mean, I guess I could like try and thin the deck out and just... Oh, counterpunch. Hello. I forgot you were a card, buddy. So yeah, this whole video is gonna be filled with things like that. I'm not gonna understand what's going on. Then some things are just gonna happen. And now since that's on top of the deck, I know what he's gonna draw into, so that can go away. So yeah, this entire video is just going to be things like that. Hopefully you guys are okay with this. If not, can't really blame you, but yeah. Let me just sit on this dude, and he left. Alright, so that's enjoyable. Yeah. We'll get into another one. I think that is honestly the quickest battling boxer win I've ever seen. I mean, it wasn't like over, but he had like 2 cards in his hand that could have been useful, and then he was drawing into Christia, which was worthless at that moment. So I don't know. I like to think I would have won. What? How did I lose? I mean, I didn't lose connection. I was still in there. Okay, game. Okay. See, I'm gonna leave all that. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep that in there because people need to see that shit happens. And this is my only problem with boxers. They open up weird. Now it's not so weird, but they open up weird 95% of the time. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this hand. I don't want to waste switch hitter. I mean, I could summon it and protect it. And I mean, I think I'm going to, but I don't think that's the best move. Because his switch hitter, I'm assuming, is supposed to be the best one in the deck. Either him or Glassjaw. They're my favorites. Everyone else is just kind of like a supporting role. But I hate drawing into this guy with no targets. I open up with him, well, I'm going to say I open up with him like more often than I would like, but then I'm not even going to draw into him once during this whole series. I mean, you're going to destroy something anyway, so just do it. Destroy this one. I'd be okay with that. Not that one. Meld this Necro Garden. So I can't even destroy it. See, what is this? Plague Spider. That's not good. That's not fun. See, there has to be a way. Okay, I think I can salvage this. Because if I... Okay, so if I use a Volvol chain to dump a switch hitter and dump Glassjaw, I think I can salvage it that way. I think it works like that. And guys, I am learning, because if you told me to do this like day one or yesterday, never would have happened. He gets his effect? Yes, he does. Okay. So now we're in business, kind of. I'm just glad switch hitter it doesn't have to be used for a battling boxer. It's only when he uses his effect that you can't use, or you can't special summon monsters besides battling boxers. I'm gonna drink something, so if you hear this, I apologize. Okay, we're back. And honestly, if I can hear that when I'm listening to it later, I'll probably just edit it out. What you gonna do, buddy? Goblins. Really? So you're playing zombies? Yeah, Zombiesworn is a thing. I mean, I don't know how it works, but it is most definitely a thing. I'm trying to think. He can't really make anything that is threatening enough for me to... Because there's no reason to torrential right now. He's got to get his effect off regardless of what happens. And what is he going to summon? Yeah, that's fine. There's no reason to torrential that. Actually, no, because I do have this guy. I'm just going to attack. Is that what I want to do? It depends on if he sets anything or anything like that. Oh, I could have... Yeah. Is it worth it though? Let me see. So, next turn, I would summon you, which would special summon you, add attack, and yeah, I guess I'll just do this. Because, I mean, Glassjaw would get over it with Counterpunch, like no problem, but I think I might want to save it for later down the road. This way, if I dump this and dump another Glassjaw, I'll have another switcher to play for the turn after this one. And I think I'd rather do that. Or you could just end his turn, that would be nice too. That would be really nice. And yeah, I just want to get Yoke on the field so that way Torrential is my best move. Or Torrential really sees like the most. What are you playing? I mean, I guess that makes sense. But what? Yeah, sure. Okay, so we'll do this again. We'll dump. Where is it? Another Glassjaw. We'll get set up for next turn. We will do this turn. And we will punch you in the face. I don't want to see this anymore, so... What is he gonna add? Zombie Master. Yeah, like, I'm gonna let you get that off. Actually, I kind of have to, don't I? I can't do anything about that. Because you're just going to dump something. Get it with Mizuki. Or you're gonna dump something, summon something with Zombie Master, and then you'll just bring something else back with Mizuki, so I can't really stop that with Torrential. I'm going to be forced to stop whatever he tries to bring out, so I probably should have summoned Yoke in defense. But we'll see. So whatever he tries to do in the beginning, like whatever he does with Zombie Master, he's going to pitch something to special something out. I'm going to let that go, and then I'll Torrential on his summon, depending on what it is. Because if he goes for like Shark Knight, obviously I'll Torrential, I'll keep Yoke alive. And then hopefully he just doesn't play a second Shark Knight. That's how you gotta look at it. So yeah. One thing that I was thinking about, and I probably I don't know if I should have. But I could have gone into Nova Caesar. Like, I could have, when I attacked with Class Draw, I could have just punched him with Counter Punch. I'm sorry, that's not funny. And then if I made Nova Caesar, why are you doing that? If you have a monster to set, you have a target, or you have something to pitch with. I mean, I'm not gonna say I am a zombie player because I literally played it for like. Actually, I played vampires for a decent amount. I really did like that deck, but still, like, if you have, maybe he misclicked and set Zombie Master, in which case, at this point, it's pretty much game. But yeah. Next turn, I'll summon Nova Caesar, and since he's wasting this now, whatever he summons is just gonna get torrential. I don't care if he summons Goblin Zombie. Nope. Don't care about this. Alright, go. Well, don't mix Light Swarms with other decks. Keep zombies pure. Or vampires. Well, vampires are zombies. So, I think that's fine. Where are we at? 18. Weren't we just at like 10 before this? I don't know. Alright, so that's going to be day 1. I am going to sit down and record like days 1 through 3 or maybe even 4 because I do have time this morning. And I mean, I have time all week, but I have other things that I want to do this week. You guys probably don't care about that. So yeah, I will talk to you guys in a second, but you guys will probably get it tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys later. Later, guys.